Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Welcome on the stage, the one and only Peter!
Thanks everybody. Just carrying on from Leon's thing, I do think we are not as grateful as we should be, and I think everyone in this room should be grateful just for the area we live in, because it's absolutely beautiful and people don't know about it. And it's great for me because I've not been here long, so I'm still a bit like a tourist, so I'm still finding all these places. But there are some things I've had to get used to, because I was lucky enough to be born without an accent. It's taken me some time, and it's not the accent. I absolutely love the accent. It's just the abbreviations that get me. Your dinner's ready, just warm it up in the Mikey. Who's Mikey? Woman at work the other day, she said, oh, will you give £2 to somebody? She said, but don't go spending it on a scratchy. Scratchy? I said it was a scratchy. We were up in Liskeard the other night, up in Duke's in Liskeard. I went to the bar and I said, can I have a pint of Kronenberg and a pint of Webster's, please? And he says, well, why didn't you just ask for a Crony and a Webos? And I said, well, because I speak English. It's like real life text messaging, you know, Crony, and it's just the abbreviations. I have grown to love them. People always say that doing stand-up comedians, it's the most embarrassing thing you can do. Well, I think stand-up comedians need to get out more. I think I've reached a certain age where I suffer humiliation on a daily basis. It's got to the point now where people I don't even know humiliate me. The other week, my daughter lives in Manchester, and we were just staying over for the night. I got a call and she said, Dad, someone's broken into your car. Oh, here we go. So I went outside, looked in the car, and right enough somebody had broken into the car. I only had an overnight bag with me, but they'd taken the bag, and I was thinking, oh crikey, I'm going to have to get the police, get crime number and all that. Looked up the road, about 10 yards up the road, there was the bag at the side of the road. So I thought, oh brilliant, so I went up, got the bag. It was empty, nothing in it. Then I looked further up the road, another 10 yards, and there was a shirt dumped at the side of the road. Further up the road, the trousers. So that meant somebody had gone to the trouble, breaking into the car, opening my bag, and walking up going, no, we don't want that. Throwing it. Going the next one, throwing that. So humiliated by Manx scallies. Having said that, the evidence is before you tonight, so maybe they had a point. I did think that I couldn't be humiliated anymore. But then a few weeks ago, I saw Naked Attraction on Channel 4. Now, I guess most of you have actually seen Naked Attraction, but for those of you who haven't, there's 5 different coloured cubicles come down, and somebody stands inside each cubicle, completely naked. It's like the opposite of Blind Date, it's See Everything Date. And then there's a woman who at first you think is Davina, but she's not as good as Davina, and she's talking to her, and they go and inspect people and say, oh, you know what, and then they say lift the bottom half, and then people have to choose which person they're going to go on a date with. Now, I don't know if it's an age thing or there's been some evolutionary change in the last few years, but since I was interested in this kind of thing, something seems to have disappeared. What's happened to bodily hair? It's just disappeared. It's not like we need a campaign to bring it back. What do we want? Pubic hair? When do we want it? Now! If you're listening, Jeremy, it's a manifesto pledge. Let's go there. We can win this. We can win this. So, well, the woman who we thought was Davina, who isn't Davina, is not as good, is now interviewing the woman who's been rejected in the changing room, and she's saying to her, so she's just been rejected, naked, on national TV, and she says, oh yeah, it's a really empowering experience, I feel really liberated. Well, it's not liberating. What's going on in the rest of their life that's liberating? And I know this is true. And I can guess a lot of you in this room will, because all of us have been caught naked in public. And looking round, I think that's a fair proportion of this room. Now, I have to confess, it did happen to me. I had to go to this conference at Cambridge University. It was very posh, black-tied. But this was in the days before students were spoilt with ensuite rooms or whatever. So I went back to the room late at night. Another problem, middle age. You have to get up in the night. So I got to the door. I thought, oh brilliant, the bathroom's just across the corridor. So I thought, I can nip across, nobody will ever know. Nipped into the bathroom across the corridor to turn around just as the door closed behind me. And it was a Yale lock. There was nothing, I didn't know anybody else there. I was just lost. And so now stuck in a bathroom, completely naked. So it seemed sensible at the time. I thought, well, if I sit in the bath, if I run a bath, somebody will come in the morning. I'll tell them what's happened and we'll sort it all out. So after an hour, when I was wrinkled to within 10 cents of my life, soaking wet, the cold water's gone, there's no hot water left, so I'm freezing in this bath. So I thought, no, I've got to do it. And it's St John's College in Cambridge. It's an old college, so I had to go down this medieval staircase, round a courtyard, the kind that you see in films or whatever, to the porter's lodge. And the porter was just sat there, reading his paper, having a fag. And I swear to this day, he didn't flinch. And he just looked up with sheer contempt and just said, what room number? And that was it. But I will tell you, in the morning at breakfast, I did not say to one person, well, I had a liberating experience last night. It was so empowering. I just want to end with one lesson life's taught me. You may have gathered I'm rather sceptical about all the male grooming, etc. But I don't think it's a surprise, because when I was growing up, the most exotic product that men could get was Brute 33. Now some of you remember that, a green bottle with a long neck. And these days we get Sauvage, Unleash the Wild, The Essence of Man, and Davidoff Cool Water, etc. We have all these great slogans. And then you have David Beckham reclined in his undies. Now we didn't have this. We had Henry Cooper, who was the British heavyweight champion at the time, who actually had gone rounds with Muhammad Ali. His face like a bag of spanners. He looked terrible. And do you know what the slogan for Brute 33 was? Some of you will remember this. The slogan was, you splash it on all over. It didn't matter. This was the level of sophistication. Where do you put it? It doesn't matter, you splash it on all over. But I just want to end with this as one lesson life has taught me. And that is, whether it's perfume or aftershave, do not, under any circumstances, splash it on all over. There are parts of the human body that are just not meant to come into contact. Thank you very much. If you buy the bar, mine's a crony. I'll see you soon. Thanks very much.
Peter, everyone!